to our team, Miss Dominique Smith. Hey. Good evening, youth and college leaders. I am Derek Lewis, who serves as your National Field Organizer for the Youth and College Division. It is an honor to be with you all tonight, but I'm looking at a whole bunch of names and pictures. In the essence of us being virtual, I will ask of you, if you are comfortable and if you are available to share or to take off your camera so we can see you all beautiful Black faces. And if not, that's perfectly fine. But first, what I want to do, if we can start to share our screen, that would be great. Is just welcome you to our first time ever doing this, our Vote for Me Ambassador Training Activation. All right. With this, we want to let you know that this is something that the youth in college has never done before. But what we do realize is that youth voices have to be heard. What we have to also realize is that in the NAACP, in the Youth and College Division, that we have more youth councils and college chapters. We are very aware of that. Our youth councils outnumber our college chapters along with membership, and also when it comes to chapter existence. So with that, we also have to provide the same platform that we are providing with those who are over 18, who are eligible to vote, the same opportunities for those who are underneath the age of 18, to amplify the issues that are important to them in their community, but to also have those hard conversations with those who are eligible to vote. So this is why we have our Vote For Me program, so that you all, as youth leaders in your own spaces, as you all are different influence. I see that we have my boy Jaden from Georgia on here, and we have Shannon from Texas, right? All these different leaders from across the nation, that when we all come together for one cause and we advocate and we move towards one goal, that we can get there together. So what I want to do real quick is just give a quick introduction of my national staff, or our national staff. Real quick, if we can share the screen. Are we able to get the screen up right now?
Yes, 1 second, hold on.
Right. But first I'll go, like I said earlier, my name is Derek Lewis. I serve as the National Field Organizer for the Youth and College Division. I have a twin brother in this movement, if y'all didn't know. His name is Russell Boyd, and Russell Boyd serves as the other National Field Organizer for the Youth and College Division. Of course, you then have Wisdom Cole, who was our National Campaigns and Training Manager. Everybody knows Wisdom from when we're talking about census and also civic engagement. But Wisdom is the one who creates and crafts all of our campaigns on the national level. Me and Rush just implement those on the local level. Then we have Miss Tiffany Dina Lofton, who is our national director. And then I would like to introduce to you all, I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of you are familiar with the rest of us but we have a new addition to our team, Miss Dominique Smith on Waters. She may tell you where Waters comes from later. But Dominique Smith is the coordinator of special projects. So if everybody can give a warm NAACP welcome, what you can do is that you can use the reaction button, or you can give me some fingers. You can give me a smile or something, but let's show some love to Miss Dominique Smith as she comes on staff for her very first time. Dominique Smith is no stranger to the NAACP. She has volunteered with us before in Detroit at our national convention. And also just recently, she was working on former presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren's campaign. So Dominique comes to this space with a lot of experience, a lot of expertise as an organizer. So I ask that even though that you're not familiar with her face, that you trust her in the process as she leads us through the night.
Thank you, Derek. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited that you guys are all here today. I appreciate you for taking the time out and doing this training with us and being with us. So I just want to just give all my thanks to you for being present. Is someone's mic on? Someone's mic is on. Can you? Oh, I probably have to mute them.
You got them.
Yeah, hold up. Oh, they muted themselves. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so our first thing that we're going to get into is tonight's meeting agenda. As you can see here, we have 6 p.m. opening and welcome remarks. We've already done that. Now we're going to go through our agenda and goals. Then we just have housekeeping items and icebreaker polls. We're going to move on to our overview of the Vote For Me campaign, which is what Derek spoke about. Then we're going to have some concept conversation training to get us familiar with the program and what we're actually going to be doing. And then we have some breakout practice sessions. And then we're going to return to our group. And then we're going to have questions, answers, and next steps. Is everybody clear about tonight's meeting agenda? Okay. I know that was a little quick, but I'm going to move on. Okay, what you will take away from tonight or what you will learn from tonight is we hope that you understand the role as a National Vote For Me ambassador. We want you to practice and understand relational organizing skills to move folks into action and also learn communication strategies for effective social media messaging. These are the tools and the resources that we will be using in this campaign, so that's what you'll need to take away from tonight. And back to Derek.
All right, so real quick, everyone. I would ask of you all that I know that you guys have your first and last name up right now, but after your first and last name, could you add your state abbreviation? We want to know where you're from, and also feel free to use the chat as well. As you see on the screen, that you can see the chat, basically the little bar that you probably have access to. As you all know, that you can use the reaction button to respond to anything that you may like. If that's, I think it's a smiley face, the thumbs up, and the clap. We will go into breakout rooms towards the end of the training. This will not be a long, extensive training, but once we do, we will go back into our breakout rooms. After that, could you go back to the previous slide, please? But also with that, just want you guys to pay attention that when you guys are using the chat, use the chat to communicate with each other. And also raise a question, right? If you do have a question, use the chat, but also use the chat while you all are here, while you all probably don't even know each other, and as ideas bounce off of you all, I hope that you can take advantage of the chat to connect with someone, meet someone new, or just to, brainstorm off of someone. And then finally, we will use our poll as well. So we will be using our poll as well. So I hope that you all can just be mindful and understand how to use the poll system. We're actually going to use a poll to go through our first icebreaker. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and launch our first poll.
Do I need to do it or you have to do it?
Yeah, you have to, or you can make me a host.
Yeah, I'll make.
Just give us one moment, y'all. But while waiting on the poll, let's answer the second one. Let's go to the chat box on this one. What we want to know right now is what issue is most important to you. And think about this in terms of civic engagement. There's a lot that's going on right now, right? You have police brutality that's going on. You have environmental justice. You have voter suppression. People are losing access to their voting rights. In this current moment, as a youth, what issue is most important to you? If you guys can use the chat function to answer that, that would be great. And then we'll move on to the poll question. What issue is most important to you? So I have racial, social, and environmental justice, education and gun violence. Right. Mental health. You youth and mental health. That's it. That's it. I've been seeing that conversation a lot, and I appreciate you all for having that conversation. Police brutality, just juvenile justice, social justice, healthcare, voter. All right, it's going in. It's going in now. Mental health again, right? So these are the issues that you guys have identified as this is what is important to you, and you'll see why we ask that. The next question I want to ask is, where do you guys get your news? What social platform do you use? And you may see two of them at the moment. But what social platform do you use? And as far as users, what is helpful for you? Where do you get your news from? Ooh, okay. I don't see a lot of people don't get on Twitter like that, so it's on way to share the results. Um, but this is interesting. I'm loving it. I'm loving. We got 13 out of 16, 14 out of 16, and we can go ahead and end the poll. So I think that's everybody. I don't want to skew the data. So I hope you all are able to see the results that that I'm able to share. 9 out of 14 of you all said that Instagram is where you get most of your news or your social media of choice. And we'll talk about the second piece once we get towards the end. But it looks like that Instagram is number 1. Number 2 is Snapchat, and number 3, number 3 is Twitter. So Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter is what it seems like. It's like a, I guess, popular amongst you all as far as where you get your news. And what I'll do next is that I'll kick it off to Dawn as she goes into why I ask those questions with the vote from the overview. You're on mute.
I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're going to get into our campaign. So Vote For Me, the goal of Vote For Me is to empower future Black voters under 18 and use their voice to influence Black civic participation in the 2020 election and beyond. So really the goal of this campaign was to allow you guys to reclaim your voice and have your own say about the election. Just because you can't vote doesn't mean that you don't have ideas and you don't have concerns. So this is the way that we want you to get civically engaged and have participation in this election. So our goals are to get 30 Vote For Me ambassadors. And then from those 30 ambassadors, we want to have 150 cohort members. And then with that, we also want to pledge 5,000 votes collected by November 3rd. And the way we're going to do this is through building social media and building relationships. What is a Vote For Me ambassador? A Vote For Me ambassador is someone that's under the age of 18. Under the age of 18, and a ACP member, a civic influencer that will engage Black voters to turn out, and someone who knows that they matter and that they have power. I'm just going to read this little tad bit up here. It says, it's the same. A Vote For Me ambassador is a leader. They are responsible. They are plugged into their community and their neighborhood, and they have a relationship with their advisor. They know that the 2020 elections on November 3rd are really important. So this is someone that is engaged in the community. This is someone that talks to their neighbors. This is someone that attends community events, that is aware of what's going on in their community, what changes are happening in their community, who their city council member is. These are things and quality and characteristics of a Vote For Me ambassador. So that's what we're looking for. Some of the key dates and scheduling around this. So this is going to run from October 15th to October 2nd. This is like the latest push right before election. We need you on the ground, your feet on the ground, and during this campaign. So even though it's virtually, but we still gonna go on the ground. So October 15th to the 21st, you'll be recruiting a cohort of 5 to 10 members. So these could be any members. This could be your cousins. This can be your people you know from church, people you know from school. It could be literally anyone. People on your unit. So you're going to be recruiting those people, those 5 to 10 people. You have to have at least a minimum of 5 from the 15th, from today until the 21st. From October 22nd to 27th, that's when we'll actually be running a social media campaign. It will be a video campaign. You will learn more about it in your toolkit, but it's going to be a social media campaign, and you're going to have to tag 5 of your friends and also at NAACP Youth Council on Instagram and Twitter. Um, and then October 21st, all ambassadors will receive your Vote For Me toolkit that will give you that will hold you out through the whole entire process. So it will have everything you need in there from the beginning to the end. It will have all the tools and resources that you need. October 27th through November 2nd, we're going to have a grassroots campaign. We're going to be doing Vote For Me postcard creations. What that consists of is basically you creating a postcard that lets people know why you should vote for them. And then on November 2nd, we're going to have a day of action, which is a contactless canvas, and you're going to use the materials from the postcard creation to hand out as a contactless canvas. So on November 2nd, you'll be handing out those postcards that you made, and people will see that are going to the polls. They'll see like, oh, this is why I should vote for young people, because they're asking me. Like, that's going to be impactful and powerful, because they're going to see a postcard in their door or on their step, and it's going to be something saying why you need them to vote for them in this election. So I'm sure they'll think twice about that before, if they decide that they need to vote for. This is just a calendar that you can have for a frame of reference on how you should be doing and what you should be doing, how we're going to get to our goals. The first week we need 20 pledges, 100 cohort, 20 individual pledges, 100 cohort pledges, and then 3,000 pledges totals. The second week we go from 40 to 200 to 6,000. It also has some where we're doing social media posting and when trainings are. This is just a something to refer to give you a little timeline. Okay, and okay, so I know there was a lot of information that I just gave out. Does anyone have any quick questions about any of the information that I just reiterated?
I have a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is Can you explain what a pledge is, or like what do you mean by pledge?
Yeah. So the pledge is something that we'll get into once we get a little bit long. I mean, let's get into a little bit later in the presentation. But essentially, this pledge is a link, and a pledge is basically like a quote unquote promise, a sense to where somebody can say that, and because you can't vote, I'm going to pledge to vote for you. This is also a way to where we can keep people engaged throughout civic engagement and throughout the election. This is also something that the college chapters are doing as well, just as it relates to over 18, that audience. So essentially it is a pledge or just a way just to keep people accountable and also keep track of those who will be voting in our local communities.
I also have a question. So with the social media posts, is it like specifics? Like, are we supposed to create that, or will you guys send us something to post?
Uh-huh.
It is specific. You will have like a small part to like tweak it, like make it your own, but it will be specific and it will be in the toolkit. The toolkit that you get, it'll further explain what that social media post will look like. But essentially, it will be basically like a template, and then you'll add your own, like we were just talking about, an issue. Maybe you might add an issue that's important to you or not, but you will have a base and a template to go off of that will be included in the toolkit. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome, no problem.
Any more questions before we move on to the training piece? All right, I think we're good to go. And Dom, if you can keep me accountable to time, I know we're on the schedule. So real quick, first, myth, right? Humans have short attention spans, which is a false, which is false, right? We don't have short attention spans, but we have to be involved, right, to be engaged, right? It has to be something that is our interest, so that it can have our attention. And the reason why I said this is because when we're thinking about our messaging, when we're thinking about our content, we're thinking about social media, that's the same way that we should be thinking as far as our audience. How can we keep them engaged so that they can be more selective and also be tuned to what we are trying to tell them? Now you take it to the next one. So when it comes down to messaging, right, here's like the principles of outline of your online communication, right? You want to be clear. You want to be consistent, right? Consistent means that we're talking about the same thing. We're not all over the place. We're just here. We're talking about pledge to vote, register. We're talking about pledge to vote, go vote on November 3rd, or go vote early. All right, keep it simple. All right, people say KISS, keep it simple, stupid, right? But you don't have to go. You don't have to be overbearing with your wording or trying to connect the dots. Less is better, right? Less is better. So if you can keep, I always say, if you can tweet everything, right? If you can tweet your topic, essentially that is you keeping it simple within 180 characters. Another thing is that everything online has a tone and a mood. Don't just communicate and engage with your audience, right? So when we're talking about everything has a tone and a mood, is that you want to make sure that this is really going back to you being consistent, is that everything that we post has a mood. Everything that we post has a tone to it, depending on if it's upbeat, if it's downbeat, if it's us bringing more light to issues, or if it's us just creating a video, right? That is what is quote unquote identified or selected as a tone or a mood when we're talking about social media content. And then this last one, we're talking about don't just communicate, engage with your audience. If you have 100 followers on your Instagram right now, and this is for your unit, right? You're just posting flyers, You're not reaching anyone. You're just communicating, right? Think about engaging, right? How can you how can you increase your followers? How can you expand your network? How can you figure out what content works best, right? And then we'll kind of go through a few examples. Dom, you can go through the next example. We'll go through a few examples as we do go through this. When we're talking about content, make it personal, right? It doesn't have to be robotic. When people when you're trying to communicate with somebody, I think for me personally, when I get text messages on my phone from all these campaigns now, I feel a little bit better when they use my name. I feel a little bit better when they use personal language, right? So use that language to make it seem like it's a real person behind this side of the phone. You want to keep it short, stay focused and unique. Proofread everything that you do before you post it, even though you feel like it is crystal clear and your content is good. You're like, oh, okay, I got the hashtags, I got the tag, I got the tag, I got the handle, right? But make sure that you have another set of eyes to look at the content that you produce. And another is choose your content, right? Long form, interactive, video, presentation, audio, blog, post, graphic. There's a lot of different ways of how we can engage on social media. But one thing that I'll say is do one or two things well. You don't have to do all of them. Do what you do and do it well and continue to work with that and mix in others so that you can weaken that left arm. So people say your left arm layup. So what I want to do real quick is go through a few examples of what this could look like. This is actually recent, right? So you see right here in the bottom left-hand corner is that's their caption. 20 days left before the election. Your voice matters. Speak up and register to vote today. That was it. If you can play the video just for a quick example. Go to the other one. Oh, you might have to share your sound, but what we'll do for sure is that we'll share this with you all via email so that you guys can access it on your end and access the PowerPoint just for a reference. The next slide is another video as well, which is also produced by, wasn't also, but was produced by the Texas State Conference, which is the Beaumont Youth Council. And their video was about 1:15, 1:30 long, which was really talking about what you need to bring before you go to the polls. How are you prepared before you go to the polls? In 1:15 to where they mixed in music, they added in different images, but it was being creative. I believe that they probably used the tool iMovie. So there's a lot of different platforms that you guys can use to be creative with your messaging and content. Can you share your screen, please? But besides Instagram, right, you guys all have TikTok too. And I'm not that person. I'm gonna stop right there for somebody. Oh, I'm gonna get on his head. No, but you can use TikTok, right? And you can use TikTok when it comes to messaging, right? We know that TikTok is a great messaging tool. So even being creative with that, you can use TikTok's platform to create your content and transfer that to Twitter, transfer that to Instagram, or just keep it on TikTok. But as long as you are reaching that audience, right? As long as you're making it clear that, hey, this is for you, and that you're on the same platform that they are on, because you're their peers, you will be perfectly fine. I know it's kind of hard to go through something without actually seeing a visual, so I'm gonna go back and have Dom share her screen so she can show you a few examples, just in case you didn't grasp what I actually said. And if you did, let me know, give me a thumbs up, and we can continue to move forward. All right, I got thumbs up, thumbs up.
Can you guys hear it now? Or no? Can y'all hear it now?
Okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You can go to the next slide.
Okay.
So one thing that when I'm talking about, you have to know who your audience are. You have to know who you're speaking with, right? First thing that when we're talking about this vote for me, right? When we're talking about getting people to pledge to vote, getting people to come and join our team or our cohort, right? We have to know our audience. Two questions that come to mind for me is, what issues matter to them? And if you go to the next slide, please. What issues matter to them, and who do they listen to, right? Who do they trust, in a sense? Once you know those two questions, I want to take you through this persona, in a sense, of how you can connect that. So look at this as a model. This is Alicia Carter. She's a freshman in high school. She works at Popeyes, and she has an interest in service, right? Issues, right? This is what the person thinks about. Person thinks about police brutality, Black Lives Matter, and justice. The heart, what the person loves, what the person values, said that they love the community, they have Black pride, and they value dedication. And we talk about the hand. What can this person contribute, right? They are great in communication skills, marketing, tech, and networks. When we talk about the stomach, right? Think about the appetite. What is the interest? What is something that, oh, like if you was to smell it right now, your stomach would be like, oh, okay, I need to get that, right? For this person, it's people of color, her family, her friends, those essentially her community, right? And the foot is the capacity. How much time does the person have throughout all this, right? And this is important to know while you are having those conversations, so you can connect the dots and understand what's what, who you're talking to, and how to navigate that conversation. And when you want to do that, you want to do it in the form of a PSA, right? Not a public service announcement, but problem, solution, and acts. So you're first introducing yourself, you present the problem, you give them the solution, the acts, right? And then with that, hopefully after that acts, that person or what you said was compelling enough to get that person to move to action, right? So Dom, if it's okay, can we do a quick demonstration for him?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna act like I am a vote for me ambassador. I'm a vote for me ambassador, and I'm talking to my aunt. So I'm talking to her, and I want to get her to pledge to vote. And scene. Hey, Aunt Dommy, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm good. Aunt, like I'm a NAACP vote for me ambassador, and what I'm doing is that I'm working to ensure that voters are prepared for the upcoming election. Are you registered to vote?
Actually, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm so like a kid. But since you are, that's good. I think that's great that you are registered to vote. What I'm doing is, you know, I'm only 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not able to vote yet, but you have the power to vote for me on
But I
issues
don't
that's
know if I
going
want to vote.
on,
Why you think I should vote?
because the issues that are happening in our community. When we look at the issues that happen to us every day, like police brutality, for example, with George Floyd, we have to understand that when we talk about it, when we try to trace it back to the vote, that we have to trace that back to the policing policy, how is the police trained, who is the sheriff, who voted that person in. That's why your vote counts. That's why your vote matters. So you should vote, but issues like that happen to Black people every day. I'm only 15 years old, and the number six the top six killer for young Black men in America is due to police brutality. That can only change if we all get out there and vote.
You know what? You got a point, nephew. You know what? I feel what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that? So can you pledge to vote for me and my other friends? Because our lives depend on it, our future depends on it.
What you mean by pledge? What's that? What I gotta do? Pledge to
So
vote. What that mean?
so it's just me. It's just you making a commitment to me, and basically to our community that you're going to vote. Not just vote for me, but vote for our community and vote for change. I can text you the link right now. Does that work?
Oh, okay. So you're trying to hold me accountable. I see what you're trying to do. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I was your age, I would vote.
Well, go ahead, send me the link. I'm gonna do it for you, and I'm gonna do it for my community. I pledge to vote. You can send me the link right now.
All right, thank you, Annie.
You're welcome.
And scene, right? So in that, I kind of want to recap it real quick. That was probably a little bit lengthy because she was asking questions. I ain't expected to be devil's advocate like that, right? But essentially, what you want to do is that you want to present the problem. The problem is I can't vote, but you can. The problem is there are issues that are happening in our community. The problem is that Flint still has dirty water. And how we change that is when we elect leaders who care about the community, who care about the problems that its constituents is advocating for. I just want to do that real quick and make sure how did that land with everyone? Did everybody get the problem, solution, and ask? You can give me a thumbs up with the reaction. Yep, I'm gonna have you use them, the buttons on that's right there. Yep, I am. All right, great. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna pass this off to Dom, who's gonna give us brief instructions on our breakout session, and then we'll go from there. Oh, before that, what I'm gonna do is, I'm sorry, Dom.
It's okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share with you all some instructions for the breakout room. This will be shared with you in the chat. I'm about to drop the link for you all right now. Just give me one moment. And if you can access that, just let me know. This will be a PDF, so you can download it. If you're on your phone, you can take a screenshot of it, but you will have access to it. And there it is. Another link, sorry, link. And you can go ahead and go through the instructions.
Okay. All right. So we are going to do breakout group activities. So you'll be placed in a breakout group, no more than 3 people per group. You'll briefly introduce yourself, your name, your city, and your state. And then you're going to participate in 3 activities for 20 minutes and identify roles for each activities. After that, we're going to return back to the larger group when you're done.
So I'll make sure that everybody has that the link that I just shared. And what I'm going to do is, if everybody can grab that. And now I'm gonna take the screen for you real quick.
Mhm.
All right, is everybody able to see my screen at this moment?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So now I'm gonna give you the breakouts. I kind of want to go through each one for you. So
Okay.
with the first one, what we're doing is pre-recruitment, right? The first goal or the first thing that you have to do by 27 is make sure that you reach out to at least 5 people. Want to make sure that you guys can do that via phone or text or DM, however you decide to do it in your breakout room, and reach out to see if someone is interested. If they are, this is friends, it's people who you have relationships with, you want to share with them this link that can take them to register. And what we'll do is that we'll follow up with them via email to include them on our next training. The second activity is that you want to go to social media. Either you want to take one of the 2 captions, from right here. You want to take that and put it on either Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And either you can take a selfie and post this with the hashtags and tagging us, or what you can do is you can download this graphic and post that. That came out really big. And the last piece of it is that the one-on-one communication. So you can do that internally within your group, but really looking at that, using that PSA model that we talked about earlier, talking about the problem, the solution, the acts, and really tailor it towards those 2 activities or those 2 scenarios that are right there underneath activity number 3, just so you can get that one-on-one feel. Below you have the resources, which is the recruitment link, the pledge to vote, and the graphic for you to reference. Does anybody have any questions before I send you into your breakouts?
I just clicked the first link and it's saying that I have to have like access to it. So I just requested access. So
okay.
The one when they were saying like early recruitment, yeah, that one.
Okay. So I'll send you what I'll do is if it's asking you for access, this is weird. We'll just give you access to it on the back end so you can have it. Does anybody else have any questions before we put you out in your breakout rooms? All right, here in 9.
One second there. There's an advisor, so they're waiting on our youth. So I just let them. I just told them to let us know when the youth will get here. It's Phoebe Irvin, so don't put her in the breakout room.
Phoebe Irvin. Okay, I'll just pull you out.
Okay.
And once I'm opening all rooms, make sure you press join. You should see join.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Hi.
Victoria Ford, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, you're from Brooklyn? My mom
Yeah.
lives in Brooklyn. Cool.
Hi, my name's Kennedy Avent. I'm from Woolwich, New Jersey. It's in South Jersey.
Oh, okay. Yeah, both of you got okay. So we're on the East Coast, and I'm from Philly. So we got New Jersey, New York, and Philly. That's so cool. And I'm Dominique. If you guys forgot my name. What was that?
So when we're texting the 4 peers to join our team, is it people who are able to vote or people who we want to like share the information also?
No, it's not people who are able to vote. When
Okay.
it'll be people like you, your peers. So
Okay. So do they have to be a part of the NAACP
no,
or no?
they don't have to be a
Okay.
part of the NAACP. They can be anybody. And you can share that link with them so they can, if they say that they want to do it, then you can share that link with them so they can basically like sign up. And as we're going through this process, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email the Youth in College email, and I'll be able to get back to you, and we can set up some time to talk or anything if you guys have any questions during the whole campaign.
Okay. And like, do I have to do the social media post today? Because right now I'm not on social media and I would have to get back on it.
No,
So
no, you don't have to do the social media post today. You don't have to do, the only thing you're doing from the 15th to the 21st is just strictly recruiting people to, oh, actually, you know what? One of the exercises does involve you to
yeah.
post. Yeah. But you said you're not on social media right now. Are you like fasting from it or something?
Oh, like you know, it's just taking a break.
You're
So
basically taking a break.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you don't have to do it now. I would just do it once you get back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we're posting that stuff on social media, so we just use the hashtags that are under the thing.
Yeah. Yes, Kennedy. I'm sorry.
And then do we like say anything along with the post or just the hashtags?
Which one are you referring to? The social media message and pledge to vote post?
With the graphic.
Yeah, you do. There should be under the instructions. There should be that he had on the screen. Do you still have them? That link? Yeah, it should be something. It says it's 2 different choices. You can pick either or of those choices.
Okay.
And when you both are done finishing doing your, well, I know Victoria, you're not doing the social media posts, but when you're done reaching out to your cohort, to your 4 friends to join your team, then you could go on to the last activity.
Okay. And since it's like you have to request permission to for the link, are we gonna get it right away so they could do it?
Oh, okay. Which one? Oh, for the link for them to do it?
Yeah, the recruitment link, it says that you need permission still, so they'll get permission right away to.
Hold on. That's a good question. Hold on, let me find that out. Well, Victoria, for right now, you could just communicate with them and see if they want to do it. And if they do want to do it, hold on one second. Oh no. Kennedy, can you access it? You can't access it either. It's asking you for
No, I can't.
you can't either. Okay. Are you guys done sending out your texts or calls?
No, I'm still doing it.
You still doing it? Okay, no problem. Just let
And
me.
I'm writing the post now.
Okay. Yep. Just let me know when you guys are done.
Hey, Dom.
Hey. Yeah,
Everything
they can't. They can't. They're saying that they can't access the when they're trying to send it to people. They can't access
click
it.
this link right here, y'all. Just drop this in the chat. This is I don't know if it's the bit.ly or but this one I've been sharing to each other group. They said they've been able to access this one in the chat.
Okay.
Victoria and Kenny, were you able to access that one, the new one in the chat?
Yeah, we were able. I was able to access it.
Awesome. Thank
Great job.
I'm trying it now.
Okay.
you. Okay.
Hey, Dom, can you hop around with me to you can go to
Yeah.
breakout room 6. I'll go to breakout room 5.
It worked.
Awesome.
Perfect. Okay.
Thank you.
Hello? Oh, I can't hear.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I got kicked out the other room.
Oh, you did. You. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second.
No, it's okay. No. I'm an advisor. It's all right.
Okay. All right.
It's fine. I think I was talking to the host. You're the co-host, correct?
Yes, to Derek.
Yeah, I was talking to the host and we got disconnected somehow.
Okay, I'll be right back. Hey, how are you guys doing with your activities?
I'm good. I just did the post.
The post. Okay. And what about reaching out to the cohort members? Did you recruit 4 people? Reach out to 4 people?
I reached out, but nothing so far.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we don't expect rapid response, but you did reach out to 4 people.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you guys from? Where are you from, Samaya?
It's Samia. I'm from
Oh,
New Jersey.
Samia, I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's okay. I'm from New Jersey. I live in Willingboro.
Oh, you live in Willingboro? I'm from Philly, but
Oh, really?
one of my really good friends, she's from Willingboro, and she runs track. She's actually in the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
She used to run for Willingboro when she was. How old are you?
I'm 17.
17. Yeah, when she was 17, she ran for Willingboro, for the high school and for their track team.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, and now she's in the Olympics. Y'all got some legends. Hi, Caleb. How's your activities going? Did you do your post recruitment? You good? All right. When y'all done your post and recruitment, it's still one activity left that you guys need to do. Just practice basically like the role play that Derek and I practice. Something that we want you guys to do too.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, got almost everybody. Hey, for the ones that's here, how did your breakout room go?
It went pretty good. We've all pretty much posted and started reaching out to people, so I think it was effective.
I'm gonna pick on somebody. Sydney.
Why me?
Yes, why me? Our breakout room was good. We did like like what you guys did with like the skit with like back and forth. Me and James. So, yeah.
All right. So Dom, if you could share your screen, what we're going to do now is we're going to go into like our Q&A and our next steps. We are on the end. This is the end of this training. I know it was quick. You're like, dang, that's already. I know it was quick, but we do have a few things that are coming up, and this is not the last training. We'll have a more extensive and thorough training coming up real soon, which Dom will go over next. You on mute. It's okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so are there any questions? Nobody has a question? Nobody's concerned?
So for the when we send out the link for cohorts, will at the bottom will they say that they came from us, like our name? Do we put our name at the bottom?
Yeah,
or they put our name, sorry.
Yeah, ask them to put your name at the bottom.
That was a great question. Any other questions?
Can the person be 18 or have to be under 18?
Our purpose to have somebody that's under 18, but over 18, nobody is excluded from being a part of this.
Okay, so just our expectations from you guys are just to use that tool that we just gave you to sign cohort members up, to make sure that we're tracking it. Also, we expect you to reach out to us if you have any questions. You can email youthincollege@naacpnet.org for questions. We will be getting back to you if you need something over the phone conversation or a meeting. I'm more than welcome. I'm more than happy to help you guys through this whole process. We are here for you guys as support. And also, we just expect you to meet the goals that we talked about. We did give you some outlines on how to reach those goals, and you'll get more information in your toolkits. But that's pretty much the expectations that we have from this. Did you all? I had questions for you guys. Did you all complete your t-shirt survey? Okay, great, awesome. If anyone didn't, please let me know, because this is the last and final time that you'll be able to get your t-shirt. So please let us know if you did not sign up for your complete the t-shirt survey. And then the next thing is we'll have a Vote for Me training. I think Derek is going to put up the poll soon if he didn't already. I don't think he did yet because we just got to that point. But sorry. But there's going to be a training on the 28th or the 29th at 6 p.m. So you'll get to choose which one works for you in the poll. And that's it for now. You guys will be, the next steps will be, you'll be receiving your script, not your script, your toolkit from us, and then you'll be distributing that to your cohort as well. So you'll get it and then you'll pass it on to your cohort. Any final questions? Nope.
In the I'm super late, but in the email you said you're gonna post the PowerPoint.
Yes. Oh yeah, this PowerPoint, yes, we will. You'll be able to have access to this, and there'll also be a video on YouTube so that you can go back and refer to these materials if you need them.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Those 2 questions.
And just as a FYI, just give results of the poll earlier, Dom. That launched with the first poll earlier.
Oh, it did. Okay.
The majority did vote for October 28th.
Okay.
6 p.m. It also was a close second for the 29th. So look like we'll go with the 28th for our next training at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And if you cannot make this training, please send us a email, or please send us email. Please send a representative to the call to gain the information of somebody that you recruited a part of your cohort, so that they can be knowledgeable on that information.
I have one last question. So, how do you want us to explain what being a cohort is to people? Like, if they ask, okay, so what is that? Like, what do I have to do? What exactly do you guys want us to say?
Essentially, so going back to our goals, it is us working together within peers, as us as peers, as us working towards one goal, and that goal is to get as many people to commit to pledge to vote. But also, it's not just to pledge to vote, but also having those conversations with those who are eligible to vote to influence them to vote. So I would say that, adding them to, and it's also in the script as well, bringing them to help you reach the goal of, to reach the goal of 10,000. 6,000. But realistically, it's us as leaders, as peers, as us who are underneath the age of 18, who are not eligible to vote. This is an opportunity for us to amplify those issues and connect to those who are older than us, or those who are eligible to vote.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. We have any more questions?
And when we recruit people, will they also be attending the training sessions, or will we continue to give them information?
Yeah, so it will be so our next training is on the 8th. I'm sorry, I said it was on the 18th, the 28th. If we can bring those cohort members or those team members to that training, that would be great, because that will be the last one before the election, the 28th.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Also, what I'm going to do, for those of you who don't have my email, I'm going to drop it in the chat, just in case you guys have any more questions, or you can use the Youth in College email that's right there on the screen. Either or is fine. But if there is not any more questions, I will let everyone go and enjoy their evening. I'm excited about all of y'all, about all the youth that just popped up on this phone call, and the work that you're going to do. But most importantly, that you guys get to see the impact after all this is done. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to talk about how you guys surpassed the goal of 6,000, how each of your cohorts has surpassed that goal of 45. And we're just going to continue to rock and move. This is your time to lead, and we're stepping back and allowing you guys to step up. So I'm excited about this program. I'm excited about you all. Most important, I'm excited about the impact that you all will make. All right. And I will let you guys go. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
Call me.
Okay.